There's always that one guy who's like the sports guy or the weather guy or something like that.
That's why in Anchorman it's so real. Whammy! Constantly, you're like, oh, Chip, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Mark Maron talks about. He calls it the morning zoo radio. You got the main guy, you got the laughing guy, and then you got the bewildered woman in the back going, "Oh, fellas."
Oh, yeah. And she's always the voice of reason. Wait, that's my... Stop that! Turn this table over.
Wow, apparently you start going fuck over there. This is poor planning.
It was poor planning. You know...
No, we're fine.
I'm still going to be blue and still going to be yellow.
Oh, yeah, it's good, you guys. I'm fine with it. Whatever.
Oh, hey, what's up? This
Okay.
This week we're going to aim for an hour as opposed to 45 minutes.
45 minutes is doable. I think that's acceptable.
That was all it needed to be.
That was all it needed to be, and that's all it was.
Jenga with Walter, I
mean, that's all we'll ever have.
We just wrapped it up.
Because eventually you get tired of losing.
And then the tears start.
It's true. Can I make one observation?
No.
Okay, people on the interwebs.
You still doing it?
We have look at the picture that you see now. You see that? Rich and I look like giants.
And Mike and I are tiny.
Yeah, you guys look like little hobbits.
We're like hobbits.
It's a perspective thing. I'm not actually this huge.
Are you married?
I'm pretty close to being this huge, but not quite.
You can be Sam.
Just so you're aware.
No, that means you're the picture. That doesn't work at all.
I think that works pretty good.
I'm Chad. I'm the co-host and technical director. How you doing?
I'm Aragorn.
I'm Aragorn. I mean Dorothy. I'm just here to hang out and play games, whatever.
This is our friend Rich. You're here for the first time. Hey, Rich. How you doing?
Rich plays musical things and has tattoos.
Yes.
He's very talented.
A lot of times, if you hear little jingles on all of our stuff, it's generally Rich.
Yep, that's true. It is generally we made commercials with Rich's music and
On the Inside, if you've ever heard of that show.
Yeah, he wrote the song. Boom!
I'm on the
Scored Heartless.
Yeah. He's the man. So check him out.
And I am King of the Elves, Elrond.
Yeah.
Hey, Elrond.
Aragon and Elrond /fiction right here.
Yay!
Right
Hey, Elrond, what are we doing today?
Today we're playing Sorry!
What?
Because this is one of those games that's super simple, makes you want to punch people.
Oh, right.
All I remember about the last time we played this, it was a while ago, it was like episode 10 or 9 or something like that.
Yeah.
But,
I totally won. I remember that.
Yeah, you won.
I tried to cheat
I got
a
my
lot.
shit pushed in, like, hard.
Weird.
I'm not,
Right.
by the end, I think I had one guy outside and he was like 3 steps away from the start.
That's because your focus was somewhere else. You know what I mean? I was focused on cheating and winning, and everyone else was just focused on pretzels.
What I want to get out of the way right before we start, this is episode 23. Yeah. We're going to do episode 23 and 24, and then we're going to take a little break for a little while. So for the month of March, there's going to be a gap where there's not going to be any podcasts. We're still going to do Durnk Movies. It's still going to be sketches, and there might be another show coming up, but there won't be any podcasts for a little bit. So just 1 month. But come back after that, please.
Don't forget about us.
Because coming back in April, something crazy might happen. I don't
We
know.
don't know what's
we
gonna
don't know what could
happen.
happen. Could get crazy.
I don't know what he's talking about.
The 7 people that watch us every now and then. Just come back.
And not counting
Aaron,
me.
I'm talking to you. Okay.
Aaron watches?
A different Aaron.
Oh. Okay.
Hi, different Aaron.
Hello, different Aaron.
How come you only have 3 pizzas?
I got
Yeah, one disappeared. So now she's got
Probably my
a
fault.
she's got a
cat ate
D8. She's got a
the
D8.
cat ate it.
I love that you call it a D8.
Yes. I mean, because nerd.
Yeah.
All right, let's get started. Dorothy, go ahead and go first.
Okay, what do I do?
Draw a card.
Oh, okay.
And on 1 to 2, you get a move, and that doesn't do anything. So that goes on the bottom.
Fuck.
Or discard or
Okay,
whatever.
whatever.
Okay, first topic. James Franco will direct The Disaster Artist. Have you heard about this? Do you know what The Disaster Artist is?
No.
I think so, but go ahead.
The Disaster Artist is a book made on the production of the worst movie ever made, The Room.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Mark.
The
I did read
hell?
that. I read that on Geek Tyrant, actually.
James Franco is going to, with his producing partner, Vince. I fucking hate names. Vince Jolivet, I think.
That works.
Also there with Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, their producing team, Point Grey. They're all going to point together and they're going to try to make a movie version of that book.
The one that Joseph Gordon-Levitt is also in? I just saw that he and Seth Rogen and
No, they're doing a Christmas movie.
Okay, we're done.
Yeah, that's a different one.
Hard-working peoples.
Yeah.
So,
have we seen The Room? You saw
yeah,
it?
I
We
saw The Room.
together.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie
I
yet.
unfortunately have seen it.
who is going to play that guy?
Right?
That's what I'm most interested in. James Franco, I'm not that
Wiseau.
interested
What's his
in.
name?
I'm sorry to
Something
say.
Wiseau? Jimmy Wiseau?
Yeah,
Something like that,
Jimmy-
whatever. The dude who wrote, directed, and starred in
Yes.
The Room.
And might be
The Highmark guy.
the worst actor on the face of the planet.
It's really bad.
I heard it's like one of those things. It's like, is he doing that on purpose?
Yeah. It's one of
That is
those.
the question.
You kind of have to watch it with other people. Otherwise, you just get bored and sad. But if you watch it with other people and everyone is laughing and like
Riffing
saying
and-
stuff about
yeah.
it, riffing on
Right.
it, then you're like,
That's-
oh, this was
you
an
can get
awesome
out.
time. We should totally do this again.
And you can draw again, actually.
Yay! Rich
Woo!
is winning! Yay!
Go, Rich, go.
Go Rich, go Rich, go. Go Rich, go Rich, go.
Hey, Rich, I'm going to have you move your mic a little bit to the other side because you're talking here. I was just doing some technical directing right there. You saw it. Excellent.
Chad?
Wow, that was pretty good.
No, what do you guys think? Would you watch this movie? Because
I don't know. Maybe, probably. I heard that on a side note that they are turning how they made Frozen into a musical. I'm sure you've heard that.
Yeah.
Because you love Frozen so much. But I didn't.
also in
I'm
the
angry that
Menendez or
Frozen
whatever
even
who
exists.
who sings that in the movie, she's gonna sing it at the Oscars live.
So this whole like the making of a movie that's recent, you know what I mean? It's not like they're going back like what was the making of The Wizard of Oz
Yeah.
like? Like let's redo that.
I don't care as much about the Frozen bit. I like that movie, but I don't care as much about the making of it. But the whole making of the worst movie that's ever come out, that's kind of interesting to me. You know what I mean?
I still need to see a cast list before I would consider seeing it.
It seems like another Ed Wood. James Franco's going to be in it, obviously. But
He's going to direct it and be in it?
yeah.
Lame.
Yeah.
Who at this table likes James Franco?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
James Franco, you suck.
Oh!
All right. That's nothing personal against Rich. He can like him if he wants. I'm just saying, James, if you ever watch this, for some reason, I just don't connect with you, man. You're fine, I'm sure. It's all good. You're making millions of dollars, and I have nothing. I don't
Just
care about
burn
that.
that bridge for all of us, Dorothy.
I totally
Making friends, making friends.
Your turn.
My turn?
Okay, my turn.
You look like you have a comment.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of it. If they, I don't know, I guess if they do it in sort of a mockumentary style, I don't want to see
The real.
like a narrative version of that because that just seems dumb to me. Okay, I just don't care.
I don't think.
But if they did sort of a, oh man, what's the guy who did like Best of Show and
Oh, yeah.
that guy?
Super dry.
Yeah, that weird dry humor mockumentary thing. That might be kind of interesting and fun. That I might actually
Who
see. I
is
wouldn't
that
pay
guy?
for it. Don't get me wrong.
The guy who did Best in Show, and also
Best
the
in
one about
Show
the
and
folk
Chris
singers.
Guest.
Oh, Christopher
Guest.
Yeah, Christopher Guest.
If they did it sort of give it a Chris Guest kind of style to it as a mockumentary, that could be kind of
I
interesting.
assumed it would be
That's
a la
actually-
Airplane. Everybody's playing straight as an arrow, but it's so fucking over the top that it's.
Wow.
I assumed that's what it would be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
with a laugh track and all, you know.
The only person in Airplane, though, that's playing it really straight is Leslie. Nielsen. I was Leslie Mann.
Shirley, you can't be
different
serious.
kind of
I
movie.
am
That would-
serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Everything else
Or
about this
that
ridiculous.
other movie, Buckaroo Banzai.
You should totally watch us watching it. It's on our channel. Check it out.
You did that one, right? All right. I'd really like to play this game at some point. No, I thought that was interesting. If it's a small budget, like I'm assuming it's going to be a small budget movie.
How small of a small budget?
I'm assuming 15 is the most.
$10, $15? Okay.
Well, I mean, that's what they made the room for, so.
Well,
Art dictates life.
I would have loved to have been in the development meeting. That's all I'm saying. I mean, that could have been super interesting to.
Apparently,
watch
he had to.
this
Apparently, James
pitch
Franco had to
go,
pitch
but-
it around a little bit. Like
I bet he
I
had to
have
pitch it around a little
easily
bit.
believe that.
Because that just really feels like a bad idea.
Well, and also it feels like an incredibly niche market. Even though
Right.
a lot of people feel like they've seen The Room
Yeah.
and that it's funny, it's still, when you consider like the masses of an audience, probably like 2%
Right.
of the population of America.
You have to, you would have
Maybe.
to kind of be at least be familiar, if not having. You had to have seen the movie.
You have to be
begin
into
with.
indie film
Right?
and
I don't
kind
know
of
if that's true.
hipsterish about it.
How many people saw Ed Wood that didn't know anything about his work prior? You know what I mean?
Well,
You
but
make-
Johnny
you make a
Depp.
point.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But James Franco.
But see, Johnny Depp, that null and voids everything else.
No, but
Well, I mean, he's a
No,
sex
it-
symbol, so people that normally wouldn't have given a damn about the subject matter
I don't-
would have gone to see him
was
because
he really at the
I have
time?
no idea what this movie
He
is
has
about.
always
but it's
been
got Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. I wanna see that.
James Franco, I think, is in a similar boat. He's got a
He's
huge
kind of
fan
a sex
base.
symbol.
Really?
That's probably true.
So
We
like,
don't know because we don't.
I don't
particularly
really
like
care
so-
for him,
You
so
don't have Franco wet dreams, so you don't know.
obviously I don't.
Apparently, Rich does.
This
Going
is
deep this
TMI,
podcast.
brought to
Going
you
deep.
by Durnk Industries. Okay.
Whose turn is it?
It'll be my turn.
Chad, go. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. Here's the next topic, and this one I'm fucking excited about. Lego is a blockbuster.
Boom!
Get it? Get it?
Okay.
$69.1 million opening weekend. That's U.S. only. I think I saw 89 international or something like that, but limited release
What are
internationally.
you doing?
Nothing. Thank you.
I mean, that's cool and all, but
You actually picked that color. It made 60, and it beat all competitors, #1 this weekend, including The Monuments Men, which was in #2, and that came in at like 24, not even close.
Yeah, but who thought that was a good idea? I mean,
I can totally see people thinking that it was a good idea.
oh man.
The
Historical
cast alone, I'm surprised it didn't bring in more money.
drama, but people are saying it's not that great. And I have to say now, hearing that all of those, all of the marketing suddenly seems kind of desperate to me. Like, remember when Tom Cruise was desperately pimping out Valkyrie and how
yeah.
it wasn't like a Nazi German movie, that it was like he was the hero inside of that, and everyone was like, yeah, I'm not touching that.
I think when actually we talked about this before, they had this little thing where they had an editing snafu, so it had to come out in February as opposed to for Oscar season. Editing snafu, when I was talking about it, in my brain meant not good movie.
Yeah, that is a spin. I could see
Yeah,
that as a
yeah.
spin. Huh.
No, but
It's your turn, Brock.
apparently this Lego movie it's got a 97% on Rotten. Oh my god, I gotta play! It's got a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. Apparently, it's an amazing movie. If you're into
I've heard
I've heard it's really good.
I've heard it's more of a fanboy movie than it is a kid's movie.
I've heard it's definitely more of like an adult. Yeah, agreed.
I guess I hear that.
which I assumed that's what it was gonna
Right. I have 40-year-old friends who are still hardcore into Legos. Okay.
be. Legos are cool, man.
I mean, still built like competitive Lego
No, you gotta
building
do
and
backwards
shit.
for.
So
oh,
why not?
motherfucker.
Good for Lego.
I agree. And one of the things that I love that I've read about it is that it incorporates the stuff that kids and people, let's just say people that play with Legos, it incorporates those things into it. Like when I played with Legos when I was little, it was all like bringing in, little model cars and like, Q-tips and other extra stuff that people could play with. And that's what they
Well,
do
the
in this
entire
too.
thing was shot in stop motion for the most part, using actual Legos.
Yeah.
Wow. That I didn't know.
There's only occasional parts of it that are animated.
I thought it was all animated.
Whoa.
No.
I see what you're saying. So okay.
They and I saw a thing. There's like 3,600 unique Legos in total in it, like individual different pieces in that movie. And then they do laser blasts, and
And
they showed how they do
windows
it. Like
and
they take a little gun that they have. It's an air horn, and they have the laser piece, right? And then they have a flower piece that has like things, and they would use that as the burst coming out, and then they would recolor it to make it the same color as the laser in post. I'm like, that's fucking awesome.
That's
And
pretty
I also
freaking
hear
cool.
like for the noises and stuff, they actually have people going
Oh my god, I love that so much.
The thing I'm excited to see. I'm kind of a musical person. Apparently, there's a song at the beginning called "Everything Is Awesome," which I love because that was the first show I tried to do
Yeah,
on
yeah,
YouTube.
that's true.
But it's just them singing "Their Town Is Perfect." Everything is awesome. Everything is good and a-okay. I'm like, yeah. But it's got a huge all-star cast too.
Oh yeah.
Will Arnett, Will Ferrell. Yeah, the list of characters they had, like the bad guy is called Evil Bad Guy or something like that. There's Batman and Chris Pratt. What do you do?
Oh, wait, not me. You. Me.
Oh, did you switch to me?
Accidentally.
Oh.
But
You got a sorry card?
Yeah.
No, you get to move one of your inside guys too.
I can't move this guy over here?
No.
Fudge. Okay.
You can move one of your inside guys.
Go here. I'm gonna go back there.
No, switch with somebody. You switch with somebody. And they go back to their hole.
Oh, so I
Yeah.
wanted to switch with Chad because he was further along.
Okay, so he goes here.
So I go back to my home.
Complicated.
Oh God.
Was it really? Because I think it says it in one paragraph.
I can't be bothered to read that.
I think I need a drink.
I will see it eventually. I will not see it in the theater.
Sorry.
I may pay to rent it. When
Sorry.
It's available.
Wah, wah.
Okay, go ahead.
That's like Monsters University. I really wanted to see that, and it's like taken freaking ever for it to come on video on
true.
demand. It's been on Redbox for like months, but I don't use Redbox because for whatever reason I don't.
It just
use
feels-
it.
I'm probably going to see it in the theater, but it's going to be like a matinee showing where I don't have to pay as much. Or
Yeah.
something like that.
Go to
I can totally
$5
see that.
Tuesdays.
Yeah, that's great. We got a local theater. It does on Tuesdays. You can go see $5 movies even at night.
We should totally go next week.
Fucking sweet.
Anyway, whatever. Oh, it's my turn.
No, it's Chad.
I miss the $1 theater we used to have.
Then it was like the $1.50 theater.
And then it was
There was like the
$2
$2. Then it was like
And
the
then it
$1.50
closed. And then it fucking closed.
Last I was there, it was at $1.75.
All right. Next topic. I've talked about Twitch TV on here before. I'm a huge proponent of that site and service. Endless entertainment for me. But recently, a poll came out from internet companies saying that in 1 month, they had 1 million different broadcasters broadcasting through their channel. In 1 month.
Whoa!
Yeah.
How do you deal with that kind of bandwidth through your?
They didn't know that they were doing that much work. And when they were, the CEO of the company, they got the article I read, asked the CEO, got an interview with him and said, "Did you know this?" And they go, "No, we just knew that we were having to open up new stuff and we weren't aware." And here's the thing, internet usage during peak hours, they beat Hulu, Facebook, Amazon, and Pandora.
Combined! I don't know about that. I'm just
No, not combined, but all individual.
That'd been a lot.
Wow! If it combined, that'd have been like some crazy ass shit.
Yeah, Netflix crushes everything. But, yeah.
But that's pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
beating Hulu. I mean, I wouldn't have considered that ever.
Yeah, which potentially says to advertisers, this might be a more viable source for your for putting ads. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So please ruin this with your ads too.
Yeah.
It's already pretty. There's ads already all over it, man.
That's where we got to monetize it somehow, dude. I mean, money's got to be made somewhere.
The thing that drove it up big time was the introduction of the PS4. They have a deal with the PS4 that there's a Twitch app already built into it, and you can stream from your PS4.
That's so sweet.
20% of current Twitch broadcasters are on the PS4.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah. This Sony deal, and they've been trying to lock down a Microsoft deal for a little while, but Sony's trying to hold their exclusivity. But they're also trying to get a Microsoft deal. I really think this is going to push the Microsoft deal pretty hard. You know what I mean? This company is already very viable, and I think is about to be awesome. Things to note: they're not currently public. They're not a current public company. But they've been talking about it for a while.
Oh.
So, people, little tip from Uncle Michael. If they go public,
Wow.
maybe look at that place as a thing to invest in.
Buy that stock, buy it.
Are they making money now through
Buy,
any kind
sell,
of advertising?
buy.
Oh yeah,
Sell.
they're making a lot of money. Here's the two ways they're making money. They're making money via advertising for one, but there's also a subscription service you can do on. There's also a subscription service you can do, so you can pay to be a subscriber to channels, and a certain percentage of that gets kicked back to Twitch. And it's very successful, the subscriber, because there's certain, depending on who you're subscribed to, there's certain, minimal good things that'll happen based on the broadcaster, but it's enough that a lot of people pay for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
It's $5 per channel, whichever you want to subscribe to.
Per month or per year? Or
I want to say per month, but it might be per 3 months.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So this is another step of where the internet becomes closer and closer.
This is close to the idea we've talked about. The reason I bring this up is this is close to the idea we've talked about potentially channels trying to figure out a way to make money while just being online. I think they've come up with a good idea here. You know what I mean? And I think they're proving it in real life practice. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
So I thought it was pretty interesting.
That is pretty interesting.
The other part of the interview I liked is he's like, the only way we knew, he's like, the only indication we had is we knew we had to make a 400% increase to our Chicago and Stockholm servers in the past
He was
year.
probably just like, sign. Whatever.
They were just, they were too busy to see just how many people were streaming through their system. Very nice.
They also have servers in Russia, Korea, and Brazil, and they're planning on making the same jump in those countries.
Korea.
I can't believe they haven't done it in Korea yet.
What is it? Is it mostly gamer based?
It's entirely video games based. Yes. That's why I think they're doing so well, because it is a niche market.
Yeah.
You kind of do have to just go there for this.
I knew two guys that when I was going to Southeast, two guys that were making money just playing games on Twitch. That's all I did.
You're kidding me.
No.
Man.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
there you go then.
I don't play games on Twitch.
Switch phases.
You have to be good.
I play Battlefield.
No, actually you don't. And as long as you're entertaining. My number one guy I watch, his name is Numat the Nummy. That's his handle. His actual name is Kenji Igashira. And he plays Magic the Gathering. He's not a professional.
Yeah, you told me
He
about this
officially,
before. Yeah.
he has his own saying called punt, which is exclamation point punt. And he's marketed it. There's t-shirts out there everywhere. But there's a punt counter, quote unquote, every time he fucks up, somebody adds to the punt counter. And it's just like every time he gets a new subscriber, he does a dance and he puts up a bunch of GIFs and it's Kermit going, ah! And he does the same thing and it's this big song and dance. And he thoroughly says he's an entertainer. He is not playing the game to teach people how to play the game. He is entertaining people. And that's his whole career right now.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing that I really take away from that is that he's not a professional Magic the Gathering player.
Yes.
Because that implies that there are professional Magic
There
the Gathering players out
are!
there.
There are!
And wherever you are, guys, good on you. And gals, obviously.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Oh.
Move backwards 4.
Forward move backwards.
Yeah. How many people have not done that?
Probably a lot.
That's it.
It actually just says, move backwards 4.
I don't read it, I just look at the number.
It's pretty. All right, next topic.
That's all I care about.
Seth Meyers is doing the Late Show now,
Yep.
right? Do you guys watch Late Night at all? No. Seth.
No.
Whatever.
Who the fuck is Seth Meyers?
Seth Meyers did Weekend Update on SNL for a long time. He was also head writer for SNL for a long time.
That guy.
He got the Late
think I
Night
saw that
gig
like 2 or 3
in
times.
place of Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, he's kind of weaselly, but cute. See, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I think Jimmy Fallon kind of owes his career that, like, Seth Meyers owes Jimmy Fallon a little bit because Jimmy proved that SNL people should be in late night talk shows. If they feel a little off in SNL, but they're still really, really funny, and they can write, which both of those guys absolutely can, maybe you should look at them for late night shows. So I think there's going to be a long run in decades to come of SNL people getting late night gigs.
It does seem like once those guys nail down a late night gig like that, they'll hold on to it for quite some time.
And they crush it too. They do well.
Oh yeah.
So
I
now
know about that.
the vast majority of late night talk show hosts are now old SNL.
Yeah,
guys.
because Conan used to
Conan
write.
used to write for him.
Yeah.
Who just took over the Tonight Show?
Fallon.
Yeah,
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon. He was on
He was on SNL for
SNL, right? For a
yeah,
long
7
time.
Couldn't
years.
stand him.
something. Yeah, people say that. I thought he was fine.
Which Jimmy
I
Kimmel?
liked him.
Kimmel was not an
Was
SNL
not,
person.
okay.
I don't
Alright.
think. Unless he was a writer.
I gotta say though, I like Jimmy Fallon better as a host than I did on SNL.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand him on SNL.
Actually, between him and Conan, those are the only 2 late night guys I even give a shit about.
Although
Craig Ferguson's monologues are fantastic, but the rest of his show I could give a shit.
the rest of his show, he could give a shit about.
That's true. He literally just wants to stand in front of the camera for 30 minutes and talk at people.
He's just there to collect a paycheck.
No,
I don't give a damn about late night. It's weird.
Yeah, it's a
I don't
deal.
know what that's about.
Well,
I've always found it to be kind of boring. It feels weirdly adult to me.
Here's the problem.
Like,
I think they
Without
have.
the fun.
yeah, exactly.
Well, Conan right now is the king of late night. He has the best ratings, and which is weird because he's on TBS as opposed to
Right, which is really weird,
CBS's and the ABC's and
That
stuff
was
like
his great finger.
But it's because he is on a TBS and can do whatever the hell he wants.
That's true.
And his show has opened up quite a bit because of that. I think what the problem is, they get a lot of really funny people into those gigs, and then they fucking rein them in because network. You know what I mean?
right.
Because
I think that I will on occasion watch Chelsea lately
Yeah, Chelsea lately's pretty
because
yeah, I've heard that
She's
show's
crazy.
yeah, right. I mean,
And she will ask anything.
insanity.
I kind of feel like she tries too hard.
Oh man,
Yes,
it's always
true.
something with you. Do you like anything?
I can say the same thing about all this. Everything you guys like brag on when I'm watching your show. I'm like, I fucking love that. What
So now you're here for the payback.
I got it.
Boom!
look, somebody in this room is a hipster, and we're not sure who it is. We're gonna figure it out. Can you shuffle that, please?
Oh man.
Already.
I'm just don't be such a snappy snap.
My God, don't take it so personally. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh.
Boom!
But here's what I wanted to talk about. I completely jumped topic. Fred Armisen, also from SNL fame, and Portlandia, his show Portlandia, is going to be the band leader for Seth Meyers'
saw
late night
that.
show. He's got a band called the 8G Band,
Okay.
and actually he's got a long history of music.
I think we know who the hipster in the room is.
Huh? Yeah.
It's obviously Mike.
But the...
Kill it with fire!
But I like sports too. So I don't know what to say
Portlandia?
about
Are you
that.
fucking kidding me?
No,
Hipster! Woo, woo,
that show is pretty hard for me to get through. I'm going to be honest, but
Yeah, he says that.
I
the
thought
show is pretty hard. I keep trying to watch it because I keep getting told that it's really funny, and then I'm like, right.
Are we talking about Portlandia?
Portlandia.
Okay.
And see, the thing of it is with Portlandia, when it first came out, I was like, that first thing they start with, the dream of the '90s is alive in Portland. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. And then you get through it, and you're like, oh. And I actually think the girl is really funny.
Carrie Brownstone.
Yes, I think that Fred is half funny. And I think it's.
I don't think Fred Armisen is funny.
And it just gets worse. And then the problem was I sat down with season 2 going, all right,
Let's do
let's
this.
get this. Yeah, let's get all these kinks
You
out.
son of a bitch!
And then
And then I was like, oh, it just sucks the more I watch it.
Sketch TV shows are hard. to
And it
give them
sucks
credit.
because like when I'll see like these
Hard.
ads pop up,
That's why
and I'll
Key and
go,
Peele are so
oh,
brilliant.
Portlandia, fucking hate it. What am I doing?
No, okay. Here's what I want to talk about though. He's going to be okay. Here's his band history. He was in a pretty successful punk band in the late 80s. He was also a backup drummer for the Blue Man Group in the early 90s.
A backup drummer?
Yeah, and if you go back and watch his SNL days, he actually did a lot of music stuff on there too.
What are you doing? You cheat!
She's fucking winning. Is what's going on.
No, stop! I can do this myself.
I'm not drunk. You leave me alone.
You're not my supervisor. Or change places with an opponent.
Oh shit!
Oh, snap.
Just fucking wreck the Chad. Come on. No, okay. But he does have a history of music. But this is also an SNL alum to partner with him because they always have a buddy cop thing going on late night gigs, right?
Right.
So this is already a built-in buddy for his show, which means it might be more musical based, might be more.
And also should be considered as like a merchandising spinoff, like the built-in buddy.
Oh, the built-in buddy.
Built-in buddy.
Get one for your kid today. Okay.
Ooh. I was watching.
Is that a Cabbage Patch doll with a Siamese twin?
I was thinking more along the lines of Chucky, but
basket case twin on the side.
It's just one arm and a head. Hey!
I'm the only one who went sexual with that,
Like
I guess.
that.
So,
I just watched Comedy Roundtable.
Wow, get out.
With Ben Stiller, and it was Seth Meyers and Mike Myers and
that sounds
Jim Carrey.
awesome.
that's the first roundtable. This is the next one.
Oh, it was the new one?
And this was the guy. The other guy. The host of it he's one of the guys from Kids in the Hall.
Yeah.
And so,
They.
Seth Meyers talked about being the new Late Show host, and he said one of the things he's going to try to incorporate into it is have like characters be guests instead of like actual guests.
interesting.
That sounds fun.
That sounds super fun.
Because he talked about how Conan did that for a little bit. He does, especially now on TBS, he does it a bit more, where he has like these fake guests that are actually just characters, And he's talking about he's going to do something like that too. So.
I think now in the internet age where we're at, people are better versed in comedy. 10 years ago, I don't think that would have flown. Stuff like that, because people have been like, I don't get it. They're watching. They're TV
It doesn't
watchers.
feel real to me.
They're TV watchers. They're watching TV, and they don't understand that because it's comedy, there's a certain level of irony you have to subscribe to.
Well,
You know
I will
what I mean?
say that the level of irony understanding has probably risen faster in the past 7 years than it did in like the entire rest of the 20th century.
True, but I do think comedy is more understandable now. Even like what you call indie comedy. You know what I mean?
Well, it's also meta, like turning in on itself,
Yes.
turning in on itself, turning in on itself.
And I think the word indie is no longer all that important anymore.
It doesn't matter
I think
at
that's
all.
true.
Because it's people with a lot of money can do the same thing as people with almost no money,
Yeah.
And
It's weird that's...
Well, for stand-up comics,
They
I
want to.
follow stand-up comedy the stand-up comics refer to indie and mainstream as what rooms you go up in. like, that's it. So if that's as small as it needs to get in the only people that could fucking understand it, then I don't think it matters.
Well, the fracturing of the audience is all part of the internet and cable and etc. So
Did I
instead
miss my
of
turn?
everybody watching Johnny Carson,
Jesus,
it's all
man.
these fractured little audiences, kind of like across the board.
Can I talk about the Red Holocaust that is happening right now?
Wait, I think it's my turn.
Yeah, I skipped him. But
How do I bump myself?
You don't.
You
You
just
can't. You
you
can't
just
do that.
hang
You
out
can't
right
move
there.
that piece. No, you can't move that piece.
Well, what do I do?
You don't move that piece.
You can't do nothing.
You can't do anything.
Fuck you.
I don't believe it.
You can't do anything.
What was that here?
I think I don't know. Count about 6.
What punk band was he in?
Well,
Oh, something called the.
I should've been reading that.
I forget off the top of my
Yeah,
head. It
that's
starts
what you
with transgardence or transcendentance or something like that. I don't know. Starts with TR, I think.
Search it on
Pretty
the
sure.
internet, folks. Okay.
I had never heard of it until I fucking looked it up.
Gotcha.
But apparently they were nominally successful. as far as punk bands go in the late 80s.
You know,
So no one died of a heroin overdose? Or...
That's why nobody knows who they are.
Punk in the late 80s, kind of like, not a good time for punk.
I've always seen punk like I see like music, like a band can be like a flower or something, right?
Yeah.
But you
Music
look
is
at
a
a punk band, and a punk band is like a mushroom. It's only good when it's in dark, grimy places. As soon as you take it out of there to show it to the world, it goes.
Yeah, it gets all shriveled and
You got to eat it right away.
But it becomes pretty tasty.
I don't know, because then you have
And you
like
can trip
Green
balls.
and then Green Day's all just a big old pile of ooze.
That's kind of what happened.
So, I think that's a good metaphor.
Yep.
I buy it.
Okay, sorry. Whatever. Move forward 10 or backwards
Or backwards 1. I read it.
I'm not doing that.
That seems weird to me.
Oh!
Yay! My goal is to keep all my green ones
So
safe
the first
inside their little
person to get
starter.
one person even in the home area is the winner.
It's be the winner.
That's the winner of this game.
Who has the
Rich
most
is
out?
well on the way. Go,
What do
Rich,
you?
go.
What do you guys think? I want to get an honest representation. What do you guys think of having an SNL guy as the band leader? Because the band, like when Jimmy Fallon got the Roots, I felt like that was a way overreach. Like he went for the biggest band he possibly could, and I'm like, it's a late night band. What do you fucking need? But you know what I mean?
Yeah, because mostly
Kinda,
they're
yeah.
playing during commercial break.
Yeah, for the
Or
audience.
playing in and out. I mean, that's
I mean, he does do a lot of work with them.
The
Like all
reason-
the karaoke, it's not karaoke, but you know what I mean? All the
He does a lot of that. He
audio
does a lot of that.
montage,
He does
singing
a lot
montages.
Yeah.
But that's Jimmy Fallon's very musical.
Well, I know that, but what I'm saying is he incorporates the band in his act. But they're still not playing their own stuff. They're
True.
playing other people's music.
Good point.
And they can't even play it on air for that long.
Yeah,
Did you ever notice
it's
that?
technically
Because
true.
they actually can't play it for longer than like 30 seconds, or
People
else they
get
have to
bored.
pay. No, they have to
Oh.
pay the band,
Oh,
the
right.
actual band, if they play it longer than 30 seconds on air. That's why you only hear clips of it on the air.
So that ass cap shit.
And I'm sure it's great for the band. I think I read somewhere that the Roots did it because they are a New York band and they want to play in New York, and his show is
He
in
gave
New
him a
York.
regular paycheck.
He gave him a regular
Yeah.
paycheck,
Play
and they
everything.
can just play whatever fucking rooms they want.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Which,
yeah.
like, when you're as big as
Do
the
that.
Roots, sure, go for it.
Whatever, yeah.
But I think this is a good move because it's a small band that the band leaders legitimately could do comedy. I don't know of any other show where the band leader could even help in any aspect. And he doesn't have to put any other people on the show. He doesn't have to confuse it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think Fred can help either, really.
I kind of agree.
Well, I'm talking about the idea behind the concept.
Yes, all right, fine. Yes, not counting the person, but the idea. Sure, that's a great.
Did you guys see the video? Did you guys see the video of Jimmy Fallon's exit from the Late Show? Mm-hmm. His very last thing. He plays Anna Lee with the Muppets.
Okay.
He plays Anna Lee with the Muppets, and then and he's drumming the entire time. And as soon as he gets done, he gets up and he just he just leaves the studio, and a camera follows him as he leaves the studio. And he walks down the hall and he opens the Tonight Show studio, and his band, his backup guys, everybody's there and just goes, yeah! Just fucking freaks out. And I'm like, perfect, you nailed it, you fucking nailed it.
What else are you gonna do? That's awesome.
Oh my god!
Yeah, there you go.
First off, the
your turn,
Muppets
Red
singing
Chair.
Anna Lee was probably good enough for me, but. Yeah. All right, next topic.
There's a lot of checking of phones. I'm going to check my phone. Oh, look at that. All right.
Ben McKenzie. Do we know who Ben McKenzie is?
I don't know who Ben McKenzie is.
Ben McKenzie was on the OC. I'm hoping Dorothy is in the OC.
Jeez, I
that
have better
crappy
taste than
ass-
that. God.
Also, Southland. He was on the show Southland, if anybody
Fine.
saw that.
No.
Okay, well, I got nothing here.
Well, then why did you bring him up? What's he doing that's so notable?
Ben McKenzie has been officially cast as the person who's going to play Detective Gordon on Gotham.
I did hear that, yeah.
The show Gotham.
I don't know who he is, but I saw his face. I'm like, who the fuck is that?
All right, we're gonna see if we recognize this guy.
Ooh, Siri time.
Here we go.
Chad doesn't have Siri.
Ben McKenzie. I have perfect Siri voice.
It's not Siri.
I don't give a shit.
It's Google something.
It's Kleenex.
It's not like Jeep or Xerox.
It's like Kleenex.
All
It's all
robots
Siri.
in your phone are not
It's
Siri.
all Siri.
Samsung, take note.
Samsung will punch you in the face.
Well, that's fine. Go ahead.
That guy.
You're so brave.
Yes.
Oh,
I recognize that
I
guy.
don't recognize that guy.
I recognize him.
Yes.
See who that is?
Ben
How can you
McKenzie.
recognize him? You don't watch the OC or Southland. What you seen him in?
I did watch the pilot episode of
okay.
Southland.
Okay.
Yes. But he was
And
cast
truth be
as-
told, I did watch a couple episodes of the OC trying to get laid. Okay? That's the only reason.
Boom! Now we
You're
know.
with the lady. The lady says, "Oh, let's watch the OC." I said, "Okay, baby, that sounds like a great idea."
I get a one-up you on this one.
TMI.
I went and saw Twilight in theater to get
Oh!
Yeah.
Please, whatever.
Wow.
That hurt a lot. And I didn't get laid. The fuck's up with that?
Let's be honest. He just wanted to see Twilight.
No, I did not.
It's fine.
Okay. Ben McKenzie. He's going to play Detective Gordon on the show Gotham that is coming out. Gotham, we've talked about it before, but as a refresher, is about pre-Batman Gotham when
Right. It's like Smallville, but for Batman.
Yeah. Well, not so much.
Is Bruce Wayne going to be around? Or
He's going to be in it slightly. It's going to be like pre-teen, teenage
So he's a
Bruce Wayne.
spoiled dick
That'll
then.
show up occasionally. Yeah, he's going to be a spoiled piece of shit.
But
most of the time.
his folks will have recently died, though, right?
Well, okay. Yeah. He's still going to be spoiled, but he's going to be fucking emo as shit the entire time. Well, Batman is
Poor
pretty
little
emo.
rich
Let's be
boy.
fair.
Poor
Batman
little
is
boy.
pretty emo.
Poor little rich boy.
1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Damn it! All right. I thought it's fine. He does have some experience in the Batman universe, though, because he played Bruce Wayne, a.k.a. Batman, in Batman Year One, the animated movie, if anybody has seen that. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
If you haven't seen it, you can go check it out now. It's actually a very good fucking movie, but that Batman Year One is mostly about Commissioner Gordon.
I think it's interesting when shows and other movies start doing that. Well, they will take a character that was a strong supporting in an original story and then go, hey, let's zoom in on this person. Let's expand their life. Let's, pull it out and
Wasn't
see
this the
what's going
hypothetical
on.
for last week?
I don't know about that so much, but I'm intrigued by
The week before.
by that.
Yep.
They did that a bunch with Star Wars novels, if you guys ever
Yeah,
read
yeah,
any
yeah,
of those,
yeah.
where they would go back and like the bar in Tatooine, and every single character that you saw on the screen, you would read about their backstory, like how did they get there? What happened to them after that? Same thing with like Jabba's compound in Jedi.
That's sort of my who the fuck cares moment in my nerd world, but
And I just think that's really intriguing that they would go into that like with Detective Gordon, because who the fuck cares about Detective Gordon?
Right?
You.
I mean,
kind of, not really. The story that I know from basically watching animated movies and reading a couple comics is he transferred to Gotham because he ratted on another cop who was dirty, so he got pretty much run out of town. And then he gets to Gotham, and then they try to make him dirty again, and he cleans up the entire
because
police.
Gordon is pure of heart.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is the White Knight of the
And he has a wife that he loves and a daughter that becomes Batgirl.
paralyzed.
Or paralyzed.
Oracle?
Yes,
Yeah, it's Oracle.
yes.
She
Because the
becomes
Joker
she
shoots
becomes a
her in the
hacker.
spine.
Yeah.
Asshole.
What a dick.
If anybody hasn't seen The Killing Joke, absolutely fucking read that book.
Okay. Yeah,
I
it's
did it.
good. I agree. What were you going to say?
I got a mouthful of
A
Boo.
mouthful of stuff.
and a amount of shit.
My new punk band, A Mouthful of Boop.
Okay.
Oh, whoops.
What I was going to say is Cracked has an article about, said top, it was like 5
superheroes that should get their own movie before Ant-Man.
Right?
Yes,
I hear
agreed.
that.
That is actually a really good article. Actually, it's like 13.
Okay, what's some of them? What's some?
Yeah,
of them?
give us some
Well,
of them.
the top of the list, or the bottom of the list, is this character named Armor. And it's this girl that basically creates psychic armor around herself. And it can scale out to the size
Wait,
of...
is she a mutant?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I do know who this
And
is.
she's like one of the few people that will mess with Wolverine because he can't pierce her armor.
He can't get to her.
Sexy.
He can't get to her. He can go through the armor just barely, but I mean, she can make this armor like this big, and so it doesn't matter, you know. And so, but anyway, it goes through the whole list, and it's the one that I actually agree with. Like the number one on their list is Wonder Woman. If you look at that, they talk about the holy trinity of DC. It's Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. But of the three, they've never made a Wonder Woman movie yet.
Yeah.
If you're paying attention, contractually, has been announced. They haven't officially announced it, but it has contractually been announced that she will be getting her own movie.
Yes.
Well, they've been
She's been
trying to make one for like 5 years. Joss Whedon had a
Yes.
whole script, whole 9 yards.
Gal
But
Gadot-
ultimately, their biggest problem is they do not know how to deal with a female superhero leading the charge.
Yes.
The producers in the studio see it one way, and directors that are actually interesting see it another way, and they just continually...
Do you know much Wonder Woman?
Producers should shut
You know, I know a
fuck
bit.
up
Yes,
and
they
let the
should.
directors do their thing.
I'm not
Listen
much
to
of a
him.
DC person, but I do know a little bit about Wonder Woman.
Okay, I know a little bit about Wonder Woman too, and the bad guy I always go to is Ares for her. He's always her end-all be-all, like, apocalypse bad guy.
It's funny, too, because in the DC side of things, Wonder Woman is actually more like before.
Wait, Chad, you haven't done it
that's
yet.
really
Chad, you haven't done it
interesting
yet.
connection. I like
You know,
that.
and so I think that with the...
Wait a second.
Wicked nerd moment.
Okay, keep going.
Go ahead.
Okay, I think that with the popularity that Thor is getting now,
Right.
that I think that studios can look and say, okay, this mythology thing can work. You know?
Absolutely.
We can actually take this mythology thing and run with it and have it work, you know? And so with Wonder Woman, it's a lot what you're saying. What they have to do is get over the hang up of the fact that the lead is a woman. And I think that the way she needs to be tackled is if you look in actual Greek mythology. Okay, I'm going this way. Okay, so if you look at actual Greek mythology, okay, the goddess Athena actually sprang from Zeus's head, right? And she was an asexual being. She was a woman, but she had no sexual. She was not about sexuality. And I think that that's the thing with Wonder Woman is that she has this kind of like, you know, her beginnings were all about bondage.
Yeah.
But they
what? Yeah.
But they need to. But if they go at it with the whole like Athena route,
Yeah.
then I think that it totally can make this work. You know?
Shut up, you guys. I think that's awesome. I could have known that shit.
That was fucking awesome.
That was really awesome. And Chad and I were putting in stupid jokes.
That's all we were
A whole bunch of sexual bullshit going on in the whisper.
No, actually, I didn't do any of that. Chad
Not
did.
even remotely sexual. It just commented on the awesomeness of
Labia.
your knowledge. Anyways,
That's a funny fucking
Wow,
word, and I
that's
don't care who
something that you
says
don't hear every
says
day.
otherwise. That's a funny fucking word.
So yeah.
Yeah.
so we're all in agreement that Wonder Woman needs a movie.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, that's what I was talking about. Is Gal Gadot, the woman who's cast as Wonder Woman in the upcoming whatever Batman, Superman, Justice League shit
Because
that's
she
happening.
died in whatever number of Fast and Furious or
Oh yeah.
Yes.
The
she
last
died in
one.
that, so she can't be in the next one. Well, no, that's not true. She could be in the next one because they
she's
seem
also-
to bring back dead characters.
They do, but she's actually signed on for 3 undisclosed movies: Justice League, Batman vs Superman, whatever this movie is actually called, and
then
undisclosed movie number 3, which is probably Wonder Woman.
Probably a Wonder Woman movie.
They have her problem right now is that she's ridiculously thin.
We
True to
talked
that.
about that. Actually, though, I did say before she was in an interview and she said
did
she's
read
trying to add on
bulking her up.
30 pounds.
They're bulking her up
At
like,
least.
you know. So I'd love to see what she see where this goes. If they can actually put the weight on her.
She's already tall and stunning. You can just put some decent muscle mass on her.
Yeah.
It might work.
They could just put her on that stuff that I saw on Facebook when John Travolta bulked up and gained like 500 pounds of muscle. You've seen this on Facebook, right? The pill that he goes. Is that stuff real?
No.
Damn it!
Isn't it just human growth?
I spent $100 on that stuff.
Wait, how much did you bulk up, buddy?
This is a 6-pack on a 6-pack.
How many cheeseburgers in its briefcase did they send you?
2 cheeseburgers and a microphone, bitches.
Oh, 2 cheeseburgers and a microphone.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go.
Okay.
God, would you?
Shut the fuck up! Damn it!
Damn it!
Jesus! Well, okay.
Is that
Bring it off. And then I throw a knife in the middle of the thing.
And this is just John's
That's it. We're
All
getting
right,
some knives.
last thing I want
We're
to
getting
talk
some knives. That's it. We're doing it.
Last news story I want to talk about today. As of today, we are taping this on a Tuesday due to reasons. Shirley Temple passed away,
Oh.
which I kind of already thought she was
I thought
dead.
she was dead.
I know. Was she like 96 or something?
85.
85.
That's all, which is kind of weird to
Yeah,
say
right?
that. But
That's-
also,
And
that's
she
all.
actually still looked okay.
I mean,
damn
I have
good. I
grandparents
do her.
that are 85.
Whoa.
That was very personal. But people are changing their Facebook, like,
Can we
cover
talk about
pages
how much
to,
we're
like,
learning about...
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Like, that's a huge thing. I'm like, wow.
Serious. Yeah.
We're learning so much about Rich's sexuality.
I love you, Rich. Man, fly that freak flag high. Don't deny that shit. Yes.
Anyway,
Yes.
here's what I wanted to talk about. This is a person, in my eyes, that is legitimately immortal. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, they're still selling like anthology collections of
sets.
all of her movies.
The
It's a
Criterion
more little girl.
Collection.
Yeah, but you know what's
Tomorrow-
fucked up about it? She doesn't get any money for it.
No,
Yeah,
she
I'm
doesn't.
sure
Well.
she does not. And in fact, I'd be curious to know, did she die alone and sad in like a cheap-ass nursing home?
No. She's married.
Tell us more.
She was
Rich.
moderate. She was married to a guy that had some money. Not the money she would have been having if she, if
Probably
she was
a
actually,
professor at NYU.
She was actually in a situation where she was actually she no longer went by Shirley Temple.
Yeah.
She'd been
Probably smart.
She was
I
happy
actually-
about that.
I actually think that's
Trish
probably the
was
best
called,
thing
like,
that could have happened to that
Louise
woman.
Satcher or something like that.
And it's the best thing that could have happened to that woman, honestly, to just escape the
change her
money,
name.
escape
Fuck
the
yeah.
fame.
Probably,
Doesn't mean
yeah.
child stardom? Come on.
That'll ruin you as a human being.
Yeah, that's
not
true.
just child stardom, like broken international stardom that you can, like I said, immortal. You aren't a person.
Well, that's how you feel about, or you felt about Philip Seymour Hoffman. Like,
Yeah.
that when the cameras turn off, they just go, okay, in your box. Vault. Shirley who? What? She's
Yep.
not a person.
Well, they did kind of do that to Shirley when she was a child.
Sure that they did.
How old was she when she did her last movie? Like her last Shirley Temple movie. What was she like?
She was in her 20s.
Really?
Wow.
Because she kept her looks for a long time. quite a bit,
IMDb.
She obviously lost some of it because it was in the age. She just lost some of it because she wasn't that cute, curly-haired little girl anymore.
Well, I'm sure they
But she
tried
was a
to
beautiful
force her
woman. She did
into
turn
that.
into a beautiful woman.
But did she ever do any films as a younger woman or
Yeah,
just
she
a woman
did.
in general? Okay.
Yeah, it didn't turn out well because
Everyone just saw her as...
Well, they saw Shirley Temple and they couldn't recognize the woman on screen.
even more than that, it was more to the fact that like even in her young adults, like her. Okay, here we go.
She couldn't dress up like a cheerleader and do a music video about getting
basically.
babied one more time or whatever. I don't know what the fuck that's about.
Why is that song not actually
Hit
about
me,
that?
baby, get me,
All right,
I
whatever.
think Get Me Baby one more time.
Trademark. We're doing getting babied.
And Mike's going to play Britney's role. Yes.
I'm Brittany, bitch.
Get Baby.
Oh my God, we have to do that now.
So her last.
You heard it here, people.
It's
We have to do that
It's like
now.
a soap opera thing that we're gonna do that we're totally never gonna do.
Shush.
Her last movie role was in 1949, A Kiss for Corliss.
Yeah, that sounds about
And
right.
then she had a couple of like debuts on like the Red Skeleton Hour and
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And a guest spot on Murder, She Wrote. I don't know, I'm making that up. But it would make sense.
Actually, she had 1958. She had Shirley Temple's storybook. where she would do a bunch of different stories.
Huh.
So I guess that's the last
It's like
big thing.
TV. Was that like
Yeah,
50s
That
TV?
sounds like a 50s TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I think she was. Yeah, she narrator.
Yeah, there you go.
They were like, she used to be a little kid. Let's have her do a kid's show.
People love
Take
her.
a look, it's in a book, reading Rainbow.
And that's how we conclude our show for today.
Can't be anything. Shut up! Geordie LaForge helped me learn to read.
In 2002, a meteor hurtled between the Earth and the Moon, unleashing cosmic destruction. A million years later, the Earth was reborn.
This is
An Earth of savagery, super science, and
Shirley.
sorcery. But one man breaks his bonds to fight for justice. With Okla the Mark and Princess Ariel, he rides the plains with his fabulous Sun Sword. He is Thunder the Barbarian.
So good every time, just so good.
Someday I'm gonna break in and just like
Wait, someday, like right
that-
just then?
perhaps you don't know.
I don't know, but we
Dude,
should turn
you're
that
trying
into
to
a rap song.
You're trying to single-handedly, and I do mean single-handedly,
I don't know.
bring that show
I'm
back.
gonna bring that show back.
I would totally watch that.
The live version
Bring
of
it.
it.
He-Man meets Star Wars.
Guys,
Right
you
there.
don't
Right
want to
there.
watch that show these days because it's on Sci-Fi. It's starring Dean Cain, and you don't give a shit.
No. You go big time with it, man. You get like
Chris Hemsworth.
no. You get
Is he in everything in your head? Like you watch
God.
you watch the talented Mr. Ripley, and he's every character.
no. You get Ryan Gosling to play that shit.
No,
Are you fucking
flowing
kidding
locks.
it's not gonna happen.
Ryan Gosling.
me? You're just
That would be so awesome. Okay, fine.
That's
Bryan Cranston.
Right
Because
after,
Bryan
You said
Cranston
that
can
right.
do anything.
right after he plays Godzilla.
Bryan Cranston
Well, he's
can
done
play
that.
15 just like he can play 75.
That's right.
No, he
And
hasn't
he
played
can
it
play
yet because the movie
a
hasn't come
barbarian
out.
with a
And
fabulous
that-
sun sword.
Yeah.
He hasn't done it yet because the movie hasn't come out, and that all happens live.
I love when I get to throw in both my favorite jokes ever into an episode. Thanks, everybody.
All right, so the Shirley Temple thing brings me to the
I don't know what I'm doing, but yeah.
People freaked out. There was a baby on fire.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Baby's on fire, people.
I killed a guy.
Shirley Temple is immortal, and I think we all agree on
Die.
that.
Yes.
Like Elvis or
James
Cranston.
Dean. James Dean.
James Dean.
Bryan Cranston is not. No. Marilyn Monroe.
James Dean. Boom, boom. James Dean. Boom.
Or Flying
Looking on the silver screen.
Oh, I thought you were playing singing like that rock on.
Also
Solid,
immortal,
solid.
Dean.
our Lord Xenu.
He was too fast to live, too young to die. James Dean.
Yeah. That is a pretty sweet bass line.
That is Blue Oyster Cult.
Can I also say that
God, it's so
the
weird
Fonz,
that that's Blue Oyster Cult, isn't it?
the Fonz might also be in
When you
that
think
band.
about
The Fonz, but
Godzilla.
Not the Winkler.
Yeah, I was like Henry Winkler's not dead, so but the Fonz could.
Dude, okay,
The Fonz
is there
probably-
somebody alive? Can we talk about this right quick? It's not the hypothetical. Is there somebody alive that you think when they do die will be in this category? I gotta say, and I'm not a fan of this person, but I
Justin
really
Bieber.
think Lady Gaga might be that person.
You know what? I have to stand up and say
Madonna's probably got a better shot.
I would
than
agree
Lady
with
Gaga.
that.
I don't know
I would agree
about
with
that. I don't know about that because see the problem with Madonna is
The problem with Madonna is
Why don't you break that down?
fucking
Okay.
here.
Everybody, quiet down.
Calm
We're
down.
about to hear the problem with
Quiet
Madonna.
down. Rich has something to say. Rich.
Go ahead, Rich.
okay. Madonna was Madonna was definitely an icon for her era, right? But I feel like that with her, she's kind of stuck in this rut of
Yeah.
being Madonna,
Yeah.
right? And I think that it's gonna be one of those things where she can't. I mean, fucking, when she tries to reinvent herself, it goes, and then it kind of just builds up slowly. But it doesn't. I don't think it goes anywhere. But I think with
Dog, dare you.
Go on.
I think
I
with Lady Gaga,
You could just get double dog dare.
shush.
I think with Lady Gaga, she is constantly about reinventing herself.
Yeah.
She's constantly about keeping herself down, despite the fact she also is, wants to be like she's a star. She will admit she's a star. But she also doesn't take it so seriously. And I think that she's gotten to I think a point's going to come where she's no longer going to wear anything. Like,
She's just been naked.
Basically, I like that art. Let me
She
just
already
stop.
did that, actually.
Okay,
Did you see that
because
video?
the thing about an icon is that they do get caught in a moment, but that moment lives forever. We don't remember all the different permutations of James Dean, who he was in all these different roles. We remember him in a particular way. Same thing with Marilyn Monroe. Same thing with Elvis Presley, Shirley Temple, etc. Madonna has a very particular and specific moment in time that I'm not saying it's going to live forever, ever, but it's definitely going to live for probably like 50 decades.
That was so awesome.
I'm right about that. But here's the thing about Lady Gaga is you can say she's trying to reinvent herself because she is. Oh, hush.
Breathe.
Oh, God, dude.
Take that away from him.
But in essence, she's just the same thing. She's just the meat-wearing, crazy hat-wearing girl. Whereas Madonna was literally changing her character to like different genres and times. I'm just saying.
But she has no talent.
And neither does Lady Gaga.
I disagree.
I disagree
there it
with you.
is.
They're both performers. They're both
they're both great
entertainers. They're not
performers,
meant to be
Yep.
singers per se. And I like Lady Gaga, but she doesn't have the weight of history behind her.
Not yet.
Well, we'll wait and see.
That's what I'm
Tune
saying.
in 20 years, people.
Actually, that's the question I was asking. Who do you think will have the history? And we have to go with contemporaries.
I don't know.
Is this our hypothetical of the week?
It actually
this is so the case. We haven't even got there yet. Okay. First,
And this is just an
will
interesting thing that
say-
just popped in my head.
I will also say that, like with Madonna, she actually, you think about the 80s.
Yeah, you think about
You can't
Madonna,
think about the
Michael
80s.
Jackson.
Yeah, without Madonna.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson might be
And
there.
Ronald
He
Reagan.
is there.
Jackson is
and
there.
Ronald Reagan, sure. And Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Totally.
Boom.
Oh, Arnold, that's a good answer.
Yeah, well,
That's a great answer.
I have friends who are from India. When I asked them, what do you think about when you think about America? I was thinking cowboys. They were like, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, right.
I was like, what? That's America?
Because who doesn't? Really?
Okay.
That's too.
An
That's,
Austrian guy.
you think about it.
That's how India sees us.
Well, and it's funny. I knew a guy that I worked with a guy from the Ukraine once, right? And he thought that the quintessential American band was AC/DC. I said, but they're not from America.
I know, right?
They're not American. I said, they're not American. He goes, no, you don't. AC/DC, Those bells.
Well, the American AC/DC.
And I'm like, yeah, I know who AC/DC is. They're Australian.
There's only one.
And he's
not
like,
from America.
nah, they're American. I know they're American.
Right, see?
That is awesome.
That was pretty brilliant. Anyway, okay.
That's
Actually, you guys
actually-
named a lot of them. Like
Actually, that's a
right there.
fantastic. I like that. That's a fantastic representation of what American can be. Right there.
Anything,
It doesn't
right?
matter where you're from.
No.
Doesn't matter who
Doesn't
you
matter if you're
are.
American.
If you're
Damn
American,
straight.
you're fucking American.
Oh, yeah.
Might as well.
America! Fuck yeah!
So, yeah. Well, does that answer your question then?
That answers that question, I think.
All right. So what's the
The
hypothetical?
hypothetical of the week is, who would you be as an immortal? If you could pick one version of immortal in the versions of immortals that you know,
All the mad variety of them?
yes, what would you go with? Because you guys are thinking like pop star and stuff, but then you can go with
I'm thinking narratives.
like
Yeah.
Highlander.
Yeah.
Because that's
Like-
immediately where I went. You all know that's where I went.
I was thinking Obi-Wan
There can
Kenobi,
be
who is in essence a
Obi-Wan.
memorial. Right.
I would like, to see McLeod throw down against Obi-Wan.
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Obi-Wan
Yeah.
wins. No, he does because he picks him up over there, and then he throws his fucking lightsaber.
There
at him.
used to be this thing back in the day, like in the original Star Wars, where you couldn't use the Force as an attack weapon. Now that don't matter.
Whoa. Awesome nerd moment. Right here. Go ahead.
Because Obi-Wan says with the thing, you only use it for defense, never for attack. Who got that?
That's
Who was that guy? Who
That's
sits
just
around and
light
watches the
side
candles?
Oh, yeah,
Where was
that one
him?
guy.
That's just light side bullshit.
Obviously. Because in the new movies, they're attacking and shit all the time with the
Yeah,
Force. And
if
I'm
that
like, what
was
the
the
fuck
case,
is that about?
How could Darth Vader...
Force is
Never
for
mind.
defense.
Dorothy's with me on the dark side. Dorothy is with me on the dark
No,
side.
I'm not.
Yes, you
I'm
are.
on the light side.
Yes, you are.
No.
I'm just saying.
That's true.
Hey,
true.
we have cookies.
And blood. What?
The dark side's always so much cooler than the
We
than
have
the bright side.
strippers, cookies, beer. Why wouldn't you join us?
That's right.
Well, anyway.
Like I've always said,
yeah.
if I ever got superpowers, I'd be a bad guy immediately. My moral compass points north, but I swear to God, I would be a bad guy immediately. I just couldn't stop myself.
I think
wouldn't
you
be able
would
to
be
stop
dark on the outside. You'd be this dark
Be like the
character, but on the
Punisher.
inside, you'd be all like
I'd be-
Mr. gooey.
I'd be like a
good.
Kitten loving.
Yeah.
I'd be like an almond joy.
You'd see a box of kittens and you'd be like, shit, I just ruined the joke. Never mind. Never mind. Joke's over. I hate
Good
when I do
one,
that.
buddy.
All right, so Rich,
See you
When
right
do you
there.
find $20?
what's your answer?
Zeus.
Wow.
Oh, you'd be a god. Jump
right
straight
there.
to God.
Fuck yeah.
The,
Yeah,
the
you knew
biggest,
you'd jump
baddest
straight to God.
Greek god of them all.
Yeah. Dude,
Father of everything.
yeah, not just that. You have sex with anything, it turns into something.
That's true.
Okay,
Whoa.
so
Shall we
what we know
go?
about Rich. All right, let's go. What we know about Rich from
Let's cover it. Okay.
likes old people.
Yeah.
Wants to
I'm just
fuck animals.
I don't think he said animals. He said anything.
Anything.
You didn't say
I
anything.
think that's it.
Say anything.
There
Oh,
was something
man.
else earlier on where we were like, well, oh, James Franco, Wet Dreams.
Yes.
Also, a little bit gay. It's fine. You're not allowed in Russia.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I'm just saying.
That's not
This
even
guy
nice, people.
calling me a little bit gay.
Oh,
No, I'm with you, buddy. I'm with you, buddy.
I think at this table we're all a
Oh,
little bit
man.
gay.
Totally.
Chad's not. He's completely
I think
straight.
I'm a
Look at
little
that
bit
hair.
lesbian.
Look at that hair.
So gay. Anyway,
He's gay. He's gay for Jimmy Spader.
Chad.
Jimmy Spader, man. He's a pretty man.
Blacklist is coming back.
That's
Yeah,
true.
right.
Yeah.
It's funny with James Spader because I always first thing I ever saw him in was Stargate. So that was my
Whoa, that was
Whoa.
the first thing.
That's
Yeah.
the first Jimmy
Damn,
Spader.
man.
Yeah, man.
so that was my default.
Go find.
And then I fucking saw everything else and I'm all like, whoa, what's going on?
Go watch Pretty in Pink. and Tough Turf.
Completely.
Pretty in Pink and Tough Turf. You'll want to
Have
have
you
sex
seen
with
Tough
that.
Turf is a football
Have you seen
movie,
Pretty in
right?
Pink?
Of course I know.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Pretty
Yeah.
It's Tough Turf.
See.
I'm 36
Go look
years
at
old.
look
Come
for
on.
Tough Turf.
Right, that's fine.
You just
checking.
took one of my pieces.
Well, we're pretty much done.
We're
playing this
done
game.
with the game.
All right, I was saying
Rich
that-
won.
And the winner is Rich!
Rich.
All right, Dorothy.
I'd like to
Wait,
take my
did you
ball.
answer your question?
He did.
Well, obviously, yeah. If I could do anything that I wanted, and I would immediately go to McLeod. But if I had to make a different choice,
Because I ruined your choice. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Chad.
you ruined my choice.
I had to give examples and I ruined them.
You totally ruined it. 'Cause,
Ruined.
Come in.
would
come
be
in.
Judas.
Okay, yeah.
Because we all know that Judas, after he hung himself, he's brought back to life and turned into the first
Covered in
vampire
earwax
ever.
now?
Oh, you want to be a vampire?
Whoa, that's totally true. He
You're gonna
was
be
the
a vampire.
beginning.
He was the first vampire. Not just some vampire. Fuck
Boom.
that. I want to be the first motherfucker. All right? The first vampire.
You know that dude's just probably like
Good to know.
I don't know if I would deal very well with the fact that I'd have to walk the rest of the earth and never actually taste a cheeseburger.
Hey,
Damn it, you're right. Shit!
I'm a huge fan of vampires. I don't think I've ever seen
You
a
are?
Judas Iscariot
Judas as the very first
as
vampire?
a Judas vampire movie.
Not straight up, you don't.
Because he actually is like considered. I've heard a lot of different like mythos in which he is the first vampire.
Unless you talk about the one where Cain is the first man.
Yeah,
That's
well,
a good point.
that's
Came from Kung Fu.
Earlier, yeah. Came
Oh,
from
baby
Kung
Fu.
Fu.
Oh, sorry.
yeah.
That is your Bible.
We're talking about Judas, so obviously we're going to go biblical.
No, but I don't
Came
think I haven't
Wanted
seen
to-
that. How has that not been like the end all be all
Right?
vampire?
That could be actually a pretty good vampire
Let's
movie.
do it.
Bullshit! That movie sucks! It's been decided by the button?
All right. Dorothy.
I'll be Obi-Wan. He's immortal forever.
Obi-Wan.
I think you just copied
He
it.
turns into a ghostly spirit that helps lead Luke in the right direction,
No.
blowing up the Death Star.
Yeah.
I get that.
Well, he shows up too in Jedi. He's like becomes more than a human. He's one with the universe, but can recoalesce to like
No.
repeat himself.
Let's go ahead and assume you're not standing next to Hayden Christensen. Okay?
Yeah, I don't really even acknowledge those three prequels. So
Did you see
I don't
when they
care
put
about
him in the fucking...
Stop talking
Return?
about that because
What?
it's stupid.
That
Just
makes me
stop.
so angry.
Let's not.
That made me so angry.
I don't want to think. That's fine. No more.
You got the guts!
Wipe it down.
Oh shit. Okay, throw it in the ocean. What?
This is the ocean, by
Yeah,
the way. We're hovering above a camera. The camera's on a helicopter. We're actually hovering. This is shark. We can't come in here because jellyfish, a swarm of jellyfish has come through.
Shark Tank.
Jellyfish.
We're gonna fall in. It's gonna be problems.
Peanut butter and jellyfish, people.
That's
Learn
why,
the difference.
that's why
Yum.
Chad's hair's all sweeping back because it's just gravity.
Show.
You have
So-
to learn the difference between jellyfish and jellyfish.
There's a difference.
There you go. Mike.
ahead, Mike.
No, wait. No, we got yours.
Yeah, yeah.
Yours.
Zeus.
My version of Mortal. Honestly, I would have probably went with the vampire thing too. But also, like, I've heard like really great Merlin ones too, where he's still around.
Yeah.
Like if you can beat
That's
like
actually pretty good.
the wizard extraordinaire,
Yeah.
and you're just still fucking kicking around somewhere. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I like
And
it.
you're just a dude. You're just like, I want to read the paper. Man, this waiter's taking forever. Cancer.
Alrighty then.
Wow, so dark. All right.
And that was the podcast, guys. Which one this week?
Winner.
Remember, we're going to do this week and next week, and then we're going to take a month off. We're going to take March off. So
Yeah.
if you start commenting, I hate you, it's a podcast, then I don't know what to tell you.
We're all going to Cancun. So, haha. Oh,
We're actually not doing that. It's cold as fucking dicks here.
But not in Cancun.
That's why we want to go to
That's why we
Cancun.
want to.
Sponsor us now.
Yeah, donate. Put money in the tip jar.
Tip your waitresses.
Yeah.
Thank you. Play games. Look up cool shit. Everybody bow head of silence for Shirley Temple. Have fun, guys! Bye! Bye! Wow, that's it on the entire time. Good job.
Shut off now.
All right. I want somebody, and I'm not talking about you, Chad. I want somebody to go through and like figure out how many fours we didn't do correctly, and for each 4 we didn't do correctly, punch us all in the face.
I don't want to be punched in the face.
Have you seen the comments in which we get the rules wrong?
I don't give a shit about that. I think the whole point is getting the rules wrong so people freak out about it.
Yeah.
You
That's how you solve this idea.
Give them something to talk about, right?
Yeah, let's give them
Scandal.
something to talk about.
We need scandal. So
Let's give them something to talk about.
Something to talk
a
about.
little mystery to figure out.
Blowjobs. Blowjobs. Let's give them anal.
Lame, lame, lame.